Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your monthly reading of April, going through on the Astroflower. Did you see the monthly reading? Wow, that was really powerful. Oh, Nine of Pentacles. Is your season coming up? Is this what's coming up for you? Let's just have a quick look. What we're going to be doing is overall energies, karmic messages, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, the overall outcome. This will also be combined with the message from the universe, message from your past self, future self, and the overall outcome for it. So this is for you, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you. A lot of movement, as if I can remember rightly, for you. That card there just wants to come out. Hermit. Everybody's been getting the Hermit card at the moment. We saw it in last week's weekly readings as well. I'll be doing a weekly chakra and aura reading this weekend for you. So for coming up for this coming week, just to keep you up to date with these sort of energies and how they're sort of affecting you at the moment. The sun's been kicking off, done a nice little X flare as well. That's and an M flare today. So that's going to be affecting everybody. We'll see how that sort of turns up in your chakras. Let's see what happens on the overall energy here. The overall energy here is now finally getting to a stage where you're coming through the outside. You're coming through that tunnel, which appears you've been going through for some time by the looks of things, Scorpio. As we come through the month of April, and everything's changing in the world around us at the moment, as you may well know. And as it does change, you yourself is changing as well. You're getting a lot more sort of focus and precision upon your dreams and aspirations, basically, as you go forward. And that's the overall energy there. It's trying to keep you focused on those dreams and aspirations. The Hermit there is holding in that lantern the Star card. And the Star card is all about your dreams and aspirations, basically. So yeah, you are really sort of focusing on that. And this month here may see you come shooting out of that tunnel with the rest of the world at the same time as we get into that logical revolution that's going on. People, we need to get on board, and you need to get on board, apparently, Scorpio, with your life, getting it into line with your future dreams. Let's just see what's going on in the karmic message for your relationship side. Four of Cups. Yeah, as I say, I think you've been going through a difficult time. As I say, whatever's gone before does not necessarily mean what's coming up in the future. Those are the 3 cups that's gone before. So you may have felt a little bit sort of disconnected, maybe, in regards to everything that's going on around you. And missing maybe, just be careful not to miss those opportunities which are being offered to you at the moment. Your karmic message here is sort of saying, don't concentrate on the past, concentrate on the future. See what's coming up for you. We have the Fool in the first week. So there's a bit of a leap of faith in this coming week. In regards to your in regards to you for April here. It's also the universe here is maybe sort of saying to you, Scorpio, can't do it without you. And I know you can do it. I know you can do it, Scorpio, and you've got it within you, and you've certainly been doing it. As I say, I think you've been working hard. I think you've had a lot of things to deal with over the past sort of like month, maybe 2, maybe even 3 months, to be honest. And things, that sort of chapter is coming to a close. It's been with that change of Pluto from going from Capricorn into what's it called, Aquarius. I had it in French and I didn't have it in English. Into Aquarius. And this is the universe here, and in the first week is almost sort of saying, now is the time to take that leap of faith. Not really your sort of thing, to be honest, Scorpio, taking leaps of faith. But it feels like, and it's connecting with the mental here. So it's almost like a calculative leap of faith in a way. And this probably could be tied into this opportunity on your karmic path in regards to your relationship side here. And taking a leap of faith in regards to your relationships could be really important for you. Let's just see what's going on in the second week. If this was on the financial side, I think it would be a little bit different. But on this side here is I think you're coming in from the cold. This is what I'm saying here about this changing of this old into the new. It's also a case of don't don't knock yourself. Don't, you know, sort of focus on your bad side. Focus on your shadow side. Here in the second week of this week here, it's taking that leap of faith. And as you do take that leap of faith, you're going to feel a little bit like it's you doing it. So you're getting no support. But in a way, the leap of faith is that. Only you can live your life, Scorpio. Only you can live your life. And the moment you do, I think you're going to have lots of blessings, actually, as you go forward. And, you know, with the Five of Pentacles, there is this sort of a case of as one door closes, another door opens. And this is what I think is sort of saying to you here. And it's maybe looking at the world in a different way in regards to your relationships around you, which will make you sort of realize that gift that is coming up. And that's why you may sort of like be a little bit looking at the past, just kind of going, oh. And as you look at the past, you're not looking at the future. So make sure you look forward rather than backwards. If I was going to jump off a cliff, metaphorically speaking, I'm not saying to anybody jump off a cliff, but metaphorically speaking, if I was going to jump off a cliff, I'd do it head first, so then at least I can see where I'm going. And then once I start going down, then I can prepare my landing. And that's all to do with, it's a bit of a shamanistic sort of aspect to it. This is what's coming out in the third week. Good quality work. And you're going to be recognized for this good quality work with the Eight of Pentacles. I think it's connecting mechanically with people that are around you, reconnecting and sort of initiating the relationships around you by going out there. It's taking a leap of faith. It's phoning that person. If you're thinking about phoning someone, do it. I think it's because you've done some good quality work on yourself. You've dealt with a lot of stuff. And as you've dealt with a lot of stuff in this changing world that we're going through, all of a sudden you're going to be standing really sort of heads and shoulders above the rest. You're going to be very happy with yourself, I think, or maybe satisfied and content with who you are, simply because you've done that work. You've gone through that dark night of the soul. You've confronted your shadow self over the last few months. If you haven't, then this is what it's talking about here. This leap of faith of looking at that dark side, doing a bit of quality work, and therefore you will see the opportunities that are around you. Seizing on those opportunities in regards to relationships. And I think it's more to do with sort of friends, family, and community. Connecting with the people around you rather than anything else. Be interesting to see what happens in your chakra reading this weekend. See what happens in the fourth week. The Hangman. Why is that Hangman coming out upside down from everywhere? I think this is so the Hangman here is he's hanging from the tree of knowledge, the tree of life, basically. So the Hangman understands a lot, and that's what that dark night of the soul is all about. You've actually understood a lot over the last 2 to 3 months. And with that knowledge and understanding, you can see things in a different way. And I think you should recognize what good work you've done. And when you recognize what the good work you've done, all of a sudden, you're going to be able to put yourself forward and feel really good about yourself. And you can start manifesting a really good future if you so desire. But don't, in the second week here, this is the card that I can't wait to sort of see. We're going to do some clarifications on all of this. And I can't wait to see what's going on that sort of front there. I think it's basically you might be a little bit hard on yourself more than anything else. And I wouldn't be if I was you, Scorpio. Because, you know, the opportunities are there. And it's seeing things in a different way so you can actually see those opportunities as they come forward for you. Let's just have a look what's going on in your physical and your material side of life. The Sun, happiness. This is your karmic path on this side here. So whatever you do, if it's with your job, your business, your project, or how you engage in the world, engage with the world around you, it's got to be, you should be enjoying it. That's what your karmic message is here. It's not sort of saying to you, you're going to enjoy life. What it's saying to you here is saying, get the best out of your world that is around you. Enjoy parts of your job, your business and your projects. If you're not, then I would seriously have a good look at it. And if you haven't been doing this sort of like soul searching over the past sort of like 2-3 months, or last month, you might need to look at yourself a little bit inside yourself and just sort of see what can be improved, basically orientating yourself towards sort of happiness and fun and so forth. So that's your karmic message for your financial and material side. Let's just see what's going on in the first week for you. 9 of Cups, that comes up for everybody. It came up in the the monthly reading for the collective as well. And boy, you have lots of opportunities if you look on the sunny side of the road. You know, take your coat and take your hats, you know, and wake your way over to the sunny side of the street. I nearly broke into song then. So yeah, the first week here is realizing the opportunities and gifts that you have within your material side. And maybe this is a case of this is what's going to be sort of following suit afterwards. And it might be a fact that you're concentrating a lot more on your material side of your life. Okay, let's just see what's going on the second week. How's this past also influencing you? 2 of Pentacles, concentrating on the moment. So, you know, not getting lost within putting yourself from pillar to post, basically, in the second week. Really concentrating on that happiness that is within you. That sort of star card, that sort of that star that is in the lantern of the hermit. That sort of dreams and aspirations. It's also about bringing something to the surface that may not be seen within your work area. If you're really orientating to your happiness, which is providing obviously a lot of opportunities within the first week, in the second week here, it seems like you should have made a decision about where you want to go with regards to your material world. And that's going to bring things to the surface that you may not have seen before. But if you concentrate on the cup that you choose, it's a little bit like that. The opportunities are there, but what is the evident path for you? Which one should you go for first? And that, I think, becomes very clear in the second week. In the first week, you get these opportunities arriving in your world. And in the second week, it's a case of, okay, I'm going to concentrate on this one first and then concentrate on this. And once you start sort of homing in your concentration onto what you should be doing and where you should be going, following the evident path for you, it's all going to become very clear for you. In the third week, and this is the sort of thing that's sort of like it's almost egging you on, is this healing. And I think this healing comes out of this dark night of the soul. I think this is where you really start coming out of the tunnel and seeing things in a different light, basically. And sometimes when we go through things, and as I say, it's going to be interesting what the clarification is on that. When we do go through a tunnel where things are difficult, it's like walking through the valley of death, basically. As we go through that, as you get towards the end, that's when it seems to be the most difficult. If you were to say, like, run a marathon that you've never really, you know, you're not a marathon runner, you might have trained for it, but you know as well as I do, doing that last section of that marathon, that last mile or kilometre, is going to be the most difficult, really. And that's what it's sort of saying here, is you come out of this sort of tunnel. And I think it's this section here, as you concentrate on where you're going. This is this last kilometre in the marathon. And as you come out, all of a sudden, you're going to be in a position where you're going to be feeling at one and at home with yourself, exactly what you feel on the other side. And this is going to be provoking a lot more ideas for you going forward, on both sides, not only on your relationship side, but also on your material and your financial side. And then you get the 10 of Pentacles. Through this relaxation, if you start connecting yourself to that new logic, into the logical revolution, and start connecting with the people around you, realizing that you have power in your pocket and you have power in what you do in your material world, all of a sudden it's going to make you feel very much at one with yourself and at one with the world around you in the third week. And as you do make yourself one with the world around you, that hangman and seeing things completely differently is also going to be sort of accompanied by abundance of what you need. This gifts from the 9 of Cups. If you go towards your happiness and concentrate on where you're going, and once you concentrate on where you're going, you realize you've got there, and it's almost a bit of a, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden you've got all those sort of finances and those opportunities, and basically everything that you possibly need, the abundance basically. Let's just do a bit of clarification on these cards here. Let's just see what this Hermit, if anything, sort of like anything to learn from the past and see what the future's all about. I said about manifestation, basically manifesting your future. This is what the Hermit can actually do. It's understanding your story, understanding where you've been, who you are, and where you're going, basically. And when you understand that, all of a sudden you can manifest this happiness, and you can see that opportunity that you can seize upon. Okay, let's just see if there's anything there that's holding you back on this karmic path to sort of see that opportunity that is around you. I think it's the fear of going from one thing to another. It's making, it may be a case that you might have had difficulties within your relationship. It's now time to move from the past and into the future. I think I said to you at the very beginning, don't look into the past, look to the future, look where you're going. And because where you're going is to a bright and sunny, beautiful place. It could actually be a karmic thing about sort of saying, coming into marriage, or even sort of moving in with someone. It seems to be a case of that, of actually moving on, going to the next level. That's your karmic mission. You've got to go on to the next level. Let's just see what this Fool is all about. Let's see what comes up for that. A fair exchange, that's 6 of Pentacles. And this is what that logical revolution is all about. In that first week, that leap of faith, sort of saying, okay, I'm actually now going to start giving in emotionally and within the relationships now, after that sort of transition that you've been through. And you should be expecting the return as well. It's also about the 6 of Pentacles. It's also about, it's not just a fair exchange, it's also investing in things that are worthwhile investing in. And that's what that leap of faith is about. It's about investing in relationships that are worthwhile investing in. I wouldn't expect anything in return, because if you do, you might be disappointed. Just be very open to what can possibly come your way. Let's just see what's going on with that 5 of Pentacles for you. This is into the 2nd week of April. The Knight of Wands. Sociable. As I say, I think, as I said at the beginning here, I think it's coming in out of the cold. That's what it seems to be. It seems to be sparking that sort of, not socializing just to sort of preoccupy yourself, to sort of stop yourself from sort of looking at your life, because you have been looking at your life for quite a lot. But I think it's also socializing in a way of actually going somewhere, giving a little bit direction for your life at the moment. And in that 2nd week, it's going to come through, you know, joyous sort of socializing as well. That ending of feeling a little bit sort of cut out, or or being shut out from the rest of the world. That's what that leap of faith is about, going through that portal. With the 8 of Pentacles, you've got the 8 of Swords, so it's a double 8 there. Double 8, so if you imagine an 8 already geometrically is 2 squares upon each other. That's a really blocking energy. And the first one here is all about sort of blocking on your good quality work that you've done within your relationships, feeling at one with yourself. And with this movement on the Knight of Wands here, here I think is the 8 of Swords, is getting yourself unstuck. Stop yourself from being in a routine, really putting one foot in front of the other and moving on in regards to relationships that are around you. Let's just see what's going on with that Hangman there. Yeah, the Hangman, seeing things in a completely different way, using your intuition. So by the end of the month, this is where things are going to really start changing in the world around us. A lot of logic is going to be coming back into society. The illogical world that is around us, that's been forced upon us in emotional sort of sense, which has been creating a lot of stress for us emotionally. For you, all of a sudden, you're going to be able to see things differently and use that intuition to actually sort of get the best out of relationships, get the best out of you, get the best out of your relationships, enjoying things a lot more and seeing things clearly, maybe even seeing the longer term plan, maybe even seeing a marriage or moving in with someone, a real change of environment for you, which seems to be building up over time, but you need to apply yourself within it. Without you, Scorpio, nothing can happen. You need to be in there. I know it's difficult for you sometimes to take that leap of faith and to just go ahead and do it. And sometimes you can paint yourself into the corner. But here, it's not worth doing it. It's seizing on that opportunity. Seizing, oh, look at this. I've just realised we've got 2 4s there. We've got 2 4s there and 2 4s 8. 2 8s there as well. This is what we were talking about earlier on. Yeah, so, you know, that blocking energy is getting unblocked. And by the 3rd week, you're really going to come out of that tunnel and see things in a completely different light. Let's just see the financial sort of thing. Where's this happiness? The sunshine as well. And I talked about it at the beginning. The sun, it could be the fact that this energy that's coming from the sun, this X flare that just kicked off today to kick off the beginning of April, could be sort of sparking a renewal within your aspirations for your career path or for your business or for your projects in your life. And it could be shining a light on just pure happiness of you going forward. The thing is with this card here, not only is it a joyous childlike energy that's sort of like very, very happy, but also that child is sitting on a white horse. Now, anyone who knows about the white horses of the UK, of England, the white horse symbolises energy as well. It's riding on that energy as you go forward. Yeah, the Queen of Swords, discovering things that make you go, yep, this is exactly what I want. So it looks really good for your material side of life. It's certainly going to provide a lot of opportunities which are going to come forth over the month. It's concentrating as well. Let's just see what's going on that first week. With these opportunities is going to bring that Judgment card. That Judgment card is basically like an ascension, like moving from one state to another. We can see this in this card here as well. She is looking at that light, that sunshine. She's looking at her happiness, discovering it. It's come from her. It's focalizing and realizing. It's almost that sort of star that we've got in the Hermit card as well. Your karmic path here is to realize the happiness and the fire and the passion and the sort of like the light that is within you to drive you forward. And in the first week is going to be a real step up. It's almost like it's like a ball of oxygen that you just kind of, oh yes, right, oh, look at all these possibilities and I'm being offered in all the directions. The question is what are you going to choose? How are you going to choose it? The Empress card, did we get it? No, I didn't. I thought we got it on over there, but it's not. It's actually the High Priestess. The Empress card here is marrying that body, mind and soul. I think it's sort of like tying up those 2 parts in a way, those 2 pentacles together, the moon and the earth, getting everything in alignment. And this is building up the birth of something new within you in the second week. And you can feel it really coming. And that birthing process of your career path, of your projects, or of your business and stuff like that, you can see it coming to fruition basically. And as it comes to fruition, it's almost as if like you know, you've gone through your battles with yourself, or you've gone through the battles with the outside world. Once you start applying that logical aspect within your life, and the logical aspect, the new logic that's coming out in society around us. The moment you do that, all of a sudden you're going to feel at home and at one with everything around you. King of Cups. It's peace and harmony, plain sailing. It is plain sailing. Yeah, it is. There's a lot of work that's gone on underneath with that starfish, and also starfish is sometimes called a sunfish, I think it's called a sunfish as well. And you've got that fish as well down in the bottom there. So it gives it a lot of rewards, and that boat that sails calmly across the shores, and emotionally sound within yourself. And as you do, you're going to be going on to, by the end of the month, of a lot of rewards for you. How does that play out for you? The Hermit. Now the Hierophant. Sorry, if you see, the Hermit has got that star in that lantern. It knows where it's going. It's manifesting that future that you have within your possession. And the Hermit has actually learnt the process to get to that star. So you've learnt a lot over the past month, and now it's the time to let your light shine. Basically, it's the same sort of thing that's happening here in the Queen of Wands. This is your karmic path, is to find that star and that light that you hold it inside you in your hand. And as you do sort of go towards it, each little step is a learning process in order to get to your dreams and aspirations. And it's going to bring you pure happiness. And that's what your karmic path is all about. There you go, Scorpio. Thank you very much for being with us. As I say, we do have the chakra reading and the aura reading coming out this weekend for this coming week. We will be also pulling some tarot cards on those chakras and etc. To see what it's all about. Thank you very much for being with us and supporting this channel by subscribing and clicking that bell. We're all part of the future. Be part of the future. Engage yourself. Don't be scared about it, Scorpio. You're amazing when you do it. And you're going to realise that this month. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.